Okay, so good evening, everybody, on the inaugural United Kingdom Opportunity Call on the 12th of June 2023. I'm really pleased and delighted to let you know that we've got one of the superstars of the company, Mr. Paul Austin, who's going to talk us through today. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand straight across to Paul. Mr. Austin, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Stuart, and just bear with me as I share my screen here, guys. There we go. So thank you so much for everybody jumping on today. It's just exciting to be able to bring this call to you in your time, not in the middle of the evening. And we're going to bring this to you each week. And I've been involved in this company for 7 years now. And my excitement is just more and more every single day. And that seems kind of probably hard to believe. Usually after 7 years, you should kind of be sort of used to something, or just it becomes the norm. But what we witness with this technology just is absolutely hard to describe, kind of unbelievable. What I'm going to show you, you'll probably look at me like I'm crazy, that this can't be, that it's impossible. And that's okay. But just know that it's real. It's the real deal. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring you a little bit back in time, because it's important to understand how we've come to where we are. So, 7.5 years ago, on June 18th of actually this year, it's our 7th anniversary. That's not too far away. And way back in 2016 of January, I actually was introduced to this company by a friend of mine. And he actually said to me, "Did you want to see some magic?" And I was at a conference and I said, "Sure, I'd love to see some magic." And what did he do? He pulled out a pair of socks. And I looked and thought, "What are you talking about?" And don't worry, I'm going back in time. Remember, I'm going to get to the present, to the Super Patch Company, but I have to go to the past. So he pulls out this pair of socks and he says to me that there is this magic pattern that will do incredible things instantly. And I said, "Okay, so," and I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. And he's my good friend and I should trust him, but I just thought, okay, he's playing a trick. So anyway, he gets me to do this balance and stability test. So I had to stand, with my feet apart a little bit and make a fist and a straight arm. And he lifted up on me and tipped me over. And then he said, "Okay, stand in front of me, put a fist on top of a fist, put your feet together. And then I'm going to push straight down on your hands and just try to stand strong." So I tried to stand strong. He pushed on my hands and I immediately fell forward. And then I thought, come on, that's impossible. So my mind was racing and racing, and I thought, what can I do here? And I thought I was being punked or something. So I ended up having someone else that was there, and I brought them over and I said, "Hey, I need to do something to you. I want to show you something. Can you just stand beside me?" So she was very open to it. So I did it to her. I should have told you that then he put the socks on me and then he continued to do the exact same things, the side test and then the dynamic forward test, and he couldn't budge me. It didn't matter how hard he lifted up on this arm. I literally stayed in the exact same position. And when I went here, he probably could have climbed up and changed the light bulb. And that's when my mind thought, this is impossible. So I brought that girl over and then we did it to each other and it worked. And my friend was over in the corner, kind of snickering, because he's like, "I'm over here. So what could I have possibly done to make this, to kind of make it appear like it was happening or tricking you or whatever it is?" So it was at that moment I knew that this was something crazy and amazing. And he had actually ended up having to say to us, "Listen, you can't say anything because the company's not open yet." So fast forward to the company opening, I got a call that said, "Hey, we're opening. Did you want to get rocking and rolling?" And I was so excited. And what I learned was that way back in the day, Jay had originally made this technology in an insole. And he cruised around in his car and it was proving the efficacy of the product. And he did very well by showing people the technology and selling this out of the trunk of his car. And he was trying to help his mom who had MS. And that's what brought him on this journey of trying to figure out neurology and how he could help his mom. And through his discovery of this insole and the technology, he then started noodling and noodling and noodling, and then he figured out how to put it in this sock. And then that was incredible, because that meant that we could help even more people, because not everybody could have this in like a little tiny loafer or a low profile shoe, or, you know, in sandals or whatever the case may be. So the interesting thing was he kept noodling and he kept noodling. And what happened? He ended up coming out with this right here. And it's not just the one patch, it's multiple patches now. So this patch does exactly what the socks and the insoles did, but the difference is the pattern is so complex and so perfected now that it's 10 times better than the other products. So that's why now we're just using this. And the great thing is it's so simple. You just put this on. There's no drugs, there's no ingredients, there's no gimmicks. It is all based on touch. So how can that be? Well, if I had you beside me right now, and I said to you, close your eyes, and you closed your eyes, and I placed something in your hand and you took it and you felt it and you moved, and you would have went, that's a pen. And then you open your eyes and it's a pen. And then I ask you, well, how did you know that? You didn't see it. You didn't hear it. You didn't smell it. You didn't taste it. Well, then they say, well, I felt it. Exactly. So if you feel it, then that means that this is just not skin. These are actually neuroreceptors all over our body that can figure things out, that attach to the brain. It's all encompassing. So now with these patterns that Jay has created, kind of like a QR code that you see on all these products now, is what's creating the stimulation on the neuroreceptors to send a response to the brain to help you. And that's basically all that's going on. So if I go here, let's go invent tomorrow instead of worrying about what happened yesterday. This is so fitting, because look what just happened. We went from this to this to this now. And that is how technology works. I don't go around using an iPhone 6 anymore. I use an iPhone 14 or whatever's the newest technology. That's what happens. We have enhanced the technology. So now we can help more people, and we want to get to 1 billion people. And that's a massive, massive goal of ours. So why is this such an exciting tech or opportunity? Well, simply because if you think about technology and what's happening, look at how many people have benefited from innovation. It's made our world smaller. Look at what we're doing right now. We're on Zoom. We're talking to each other. I'm seeing people on the screen, and I don't have a clue how this works. I honestly don't. I know I just go download Zoom, make a meeting, log on, and here we are. And try to tell me how that works. Well, I can't even tell you how this works, and I don't care, because I know what it does, and I know there's no drugs. And that's very important, because sometimes we can get stuck on, I need to know exactly how and all these different things, but this is proprietary, and it's proprietary for a reason, because we want to reach our goal of helping 1 billion people. That's goal number 1. And that will happen. And we don't want anyone getting their hands on this technology that are going to do something wrong with it. We want to have control over it and have the ability to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do and being shared the way it's supposed to be shared. And that is exciting, exciting stuff. So when you think about any sufficient advancement in technology, it's an indistinguishable from magic. And this is important. So I can tell you all day long how great this is. And, I'm not here to impress you or anything, because that can't happen, because what you have to do is use the product, try the product. That is what supersedes and trumps everything. So the experience that you create is everything. And it's so true, because there's been a lot of people that were doubtful and that have come 2 years later to say, okay, what is this? I need to know what this is now. And now they're thinking, wow, why didn't I believe you 2 years ago? But I get it. That's how it happens. You have to know someone, and you hopefully trust them, and then they offer you something. And if you're open, you try it, you're going to benefit from it. And that's what we want you to do, because the company has a 30-day money back guarantee. There's no risk involved. It's just put it on, see what happens, wear it consistently, and the rest just is going to, you're going to know, you're going to be able to see it, or you're going to be able to look at somebody that's using it and observe what's happening and what changes that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is, instead of me trying to explain kind of the technology and how it works and all that stuff, I would rather you listen to the guy that actually invented this, that is the man that is behind this, that was on a mission as a boy at 13 to help his mother, and he self-taught himself neurology. He figured this out. All these doctors that didn't believe him in the past are now phoning him, and he's not saying, I'm shutting the door on you. He's saying, welcome, because you just weren't educated back then, and now you are, and that's how it works, and that's okay. And I don't, have any hard feelings over that. I'm just glad that now you're realizing what this truly is. So let me just let him talk about this. It only takes 1 minute, and then this will kind of clarify how the technology works.
Hi, everyone. It's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first, every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neural function of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single super patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain. And the brain decodes it. So every single super patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the super patches work. So all 8 super patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So until next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
So that certainly helps, because we have a lot of people to help. And what do we have issues with? What is the world, what's happening out there? It's crazy. They need pain management solutions, things for energy, brain health, cognitive decline, mobility. I mean, the list goes on. And then when you look at the athletic and performance side of things, everybody is always looking for that edge, more power, strength. And here we have something that is sport certified, safe. It's not, you're not going to get in trouble for doping or doing something like that, which is usually what happens. It becomes drugs. And that's what people have nowadays. They have drugs. And what happens there? The drugs turn into another drug to combat the side effects of this drug. And then the list goes on and on. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of people out there, they've got these trays of pills that they take every day, and they're literally like, they're walking around like zombies. They're not happy. They're just, things are not, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine just like having to rely on that. And what is that doing to someone's body? There's also surgeries that we'll have, it's just, there's too many risks. There's, you see these commercials, and half the commercial is all the side effects and issues that could happen if you take this pill. And guess what? People just take it out and grab a glass of water and take it, knowing all these risks. And here we are saying, hey, we have a solution for you that is drug-free, that you don't have to change your lifestyle, that you can continue on doing everything that you do, and there's no side effects, there's no issues like that. And that's like so important. And that's what really fuels our passion to share this, because we are not doing anything invasive to anybody. And that's just not something where we want to go. Don't know what happened here. There we go. So what do people really want? Well, they want a drug-free solution, which we have, that's instant and effective, easy to use, non-invasive, non-reactive, child safe, pregnancy safe. There's no diet change, no lifestyle change, and it's affordable. And that's truly what we deliver. And I want you to see this because this is crazy. This is Lois. Wait till you see this. She had issues walking up and down the stairs. The moment she put her patch on, just watch the difference. You'll see the first one and then I'll play the next video.
Last July, I woke up one day and couldn't walk. It came completely out of the blue. My children had to come and help me get out of bed. And I've had a problem with my right leg ever since then. I've tried all kinds of things, magnets, far infrared, lotions, potions, medications, physiotherapy, oils. And since we don't have a main floor bedroom in our house, this is how I was having to walk up the stairs. Four weeks ago today, I started using the Freedom and the Liberty patches from the Super Patch Company. And this is how I walk up the stairs now. I'm very grateful.
Very grateful. I would be very grateful also. This is it, folks. That's all she did. That was just put on her arm and it changed her life. And that's why we're here. That's why we're trying to share this and why we're trying to change global healthcare as you know it, and we certainly will. So what do we have solutions for? We have a Freedom pain patch. So many people, if you just look at the statistics, the pain, what people suffer with daily is just absolutely crazy. Sleep, people have major issues with sleep. So what I want to point out is with these two specific patches, Freedom and REM, we have peer-reviewed published studies. All of our patches are FDA registered. They're a type 1 medical device. We have all the bases covered. This does not happen if this is not real. The claims we make are real. We're allowed to make these claims. That's why we have this certification. And all the other patches, the studies are coming and they will be published. And we're just so excited because sleep and pain are probably the top two issues in the world. And you can just look at the stats. I don't have to go through them all with you because, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you on the call right now suffer from pain or sleep issues. Stress, we have a patch for stress and anxiety. We have a patch for optimal immunity. And I'm telling you, this one right here, this is crazy. I've witnessed this in front of my eyes. And as you can see in the very first picture where it says before wearing, you can see that the red blood cells are all clumped together. It's called the Rolo effect. They're stacked on top of each other. They're deformed in shape. They don't have all the oxygen around them that we require so that, you know, so that it freely flows through our bloodstream and through our small capillaries and things like that. And after 30 minutes of somebody putting a patch on that had never worn one of these before, this is what happened. Unbelievable. I will never not wear this patch every single day. As you can see, they went perfectly round. They have all the oxygen. Imagine having all that oxygen now going to your brain and flowing through the body. That is how we're supposed to be. But we're so bombarded with so many different things in our food and in our just everywhere. We know about all this stuff. And this is a patch that I would never not wear every single day now that I know that. This is the Liberty patch. This is the one that lady just had going up and down the stairs. It's balance, strength, stability. It changes all of that. We have a Flow patch. This is for children or anyone, adults with ADHD, with the, you know, it's working on all 5 neural networks, reconnecting all the dots, allowing everybody to kind of function normally and not kind of get scatterbrained all over the place. And we can see that. And what happened to the world in the last 3 years, it's even worse. It's a pandemic in itself, just in that regard. We also have this Victory patch. Now, the Victory patch is similar to the Liberty patch with the balance, strength, stability, but it's just tweaked for performance. There's also a patch for studying, so that people can, focus in on studying or whatever the task is that you're doing, and you can just focus on it. And we also have a patch that burns calories at rest. So when you're at rest, you're burning 25% more calories, but you also are burning them as you are doing things as well. So a phenomenal patch that's giving incredible results. And then a Kick It patch, which is for bad habits. And well, we have lots of those, that's for sure. And then we have a Joy patch, which is just to bring joy to people. Maybe someone's depressed, down in the dumps, whatever that might be. Again, you put it on, you see how you feel. That's exactly how this works. So that's our big lineup. You don't have to use all these patches. You only use them as you need them. But I would always have at least Liberty or Victory on, because nothing else gives you that balance, strength, stability, and range of motion. So why the Super Patch? Greatest breakthrough in performance and wellness in the last 50 years. There's no competition. It's not a Me Too product. You're not going to find it on Amazon. This is only us. You can only get it through us, and that is powerful. So we're drug-free. We have over 1 million customers with the patches. We have 6 million with the other technology, but we're going to far supersede that. Again, FDA registered, clinical trials, made in the USA. How do you get started? Well, it's $50. So you pay the $50, you get 2 packs of patches. One is a 28 pack of Liberty. One is a 4-pack of our pain patches. And then after you've enrolled, in 7 days, you can then purchase a launch kit. And the launch kits are our mega kit. We also have, and I got to go through these slides. Somebody can send you all this information that invited you to this call. So we also have the business builder kit, and we also have the UK founding member kit. Okay, so there's only so many of these available, the founding kits. So if you're really serious and you want to build a great business, then this is the kit that you want to get. There are so many perks and great things with it. But again, you pay your membership fee, and then you can purchase these 7 days later. That's just how it works in the United Kingdom. And then in Europe, we have a business kit. It's $50. In this case, you can pay the $50 and choose your launch kit right away. You don't have to wait that 7 days. We also have just a simple membership kit. So you can just come in with a membership, and you're going to get those 2 packs of patches that I mentioned earlier. And then there's also the Euro Founder Kit. And there's only 1,000 of these available. Those are almost gone, but this is another option for whoever is in Europe. And that's it. That is the Super Patch Company. That is how we, I'm just going to stop the share. I just have to get control of my mouse. There we go. So thank you so much. Our passion is there, because I mean, when you just see Lois and how she went up and down the stairs, I mean, that's enough for me. And I've witnessed so many things over the years, over 7 years, and we're all here to just help. So if you want to be a customer, just reach out to whoever, invited you to this call. Feel the magic, and then make that decision if you want to just refer people or if you want to join us, because we need a lot of people to get to that 1 billion people. So right now we have time. I would like to change or put this over to anyone that would like to share their story. So if you'd like to share your story, if you could just
hey, Paul, we've got a couple of people that have already told me they'd like to share their stories tonight anyway. So Ros and Rebecca would like to share their story. Should we start off with Ros?
So
thanks, Ros.
Hi, my name's Ros. So, last Monday, I had surgery on my hand. It's a tendon transfer, as this ruptured a few months ago. So they had to operate, take a tendon from their spare tendon, and there were quite a few incisions, and he was digging around for quite some time and to reattach, and then so attach it to my thumb so that eventually it's going to work again. But when I first decided to have this operation, it happened as a byproduct. Sadly, I broke my wrist last year, so yeah, that's another thing that happened. But because I didn't really want a general anaesthetic, I asked the surgeon, was it possible to do it under a local anaesthetic? And he said, oh, yes, we could do that. Most people prefer to be knocked out, but if you're okay by that, then that will be great. So I was under the impression, because he said it'll probably take about 20 minutes, that it's quite a simple procedure. It turns out when I got to the hospital that it's the full operation, full theatre experience, all the lights attached to a beeping machine, etc., lots of anaesthetic, lots of needles. But I decided, well, I'd got my Liberty patch anyway, and I knew how successful the Peace patch was, because to make me feel really comfortable, because after I broke my arm and I was not driving for 3 months, I had to do a long drive. When I actually did get to drive again, 3 hours on my own, and I must admit I was quite nervous, so I slapped a Peace patch on before I went off there, and it was brilliant. I had it was so nice and calm, so I thought that's what I'll do. I put a Peace patch on, and when I came out of surgery, I also had I put the Freedom patch on as well, because they suggested that I have some painkillers, and I said, oh, it's okay, I'll sort myself out. So although I was in the theatre for about an hour, and you know, quite an interesting experience. Everybody was on in their scrubs and everything, and maybe at another time I'd have been really nervous, but I wasn't. I just found the whole thing, I was able to chat to the surgeon. So that, you know, that was one thing for me. I was really happy with that. And just with the REM patch, I had terrible problems with sleeping for quite a few years. And then I started to use the REM patch, and it did take a little while to kick in, you know, about a week or so before I noticed. But now I sleep so brilliantly. And it's been transforming. It's so fantastic to know that when you go to bed, you go to sleep, and then I don't wake up until the morning. It's been amazing. So that's just a couple of things for me.
Brilliant, thanks, Ros. And is Rebecca on the call? I've not seen her on the call. Is she? Rebecca, could you unmute yourself and tell us your story, please?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
In a minute. Right, sorry, I'm coming up as Ollie, my son's name, I've just noticed on there. So yes, would you like me to explain now about Josh and Ollie's experience with the flow and focus patches?
What patch?
I tried the focus patches leading up to their maths GCSEs. Sorry, I should say their full range of GCSE exams that they have at 16, which they actually have 21 exams in total now at 16.
I think we lost her.
Rebecca, can you speak again with your camera off?
Right. Connection is unstable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you can bear with me, I'm going to dash up. Internet is not very, Wi-Fi is not very stable.
Rebecca, I know that you're very time sensitive with your studies right now, so why don't we save this for another call, and you can tell us all about it on a different call, yeah? And then get back to your studies. Thank you very much for jumping on there.
Yeah, no, not at all. That's fine. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
And if there's anyone else that would like to share their story, please let us know. You can unmute.
Yes, I would like to share an interesting story. Neila.
Go ahead, Neila.
Okay, Mariusa, my friend, she's in associate too, and she asked me to tell her story.
Because
She was diagnosed with arthritis on her knees, and she was having a terrible pain without working, without walking, and without driving. She couldn't do anything, and the doctor said probably she had to make a surgery. And then after one terrible night of pain, I told her, listen, I have something maybe you can try, the Freedom Patch. Maybe can give you a relief of your pain. So she tried, put the patch. I accept everything because it's so much pain. And then and after she had this injection of cortisone and didn't work. And so after the patch, 15 minutes after, she was not having any pain. And after some time, she was walking, driving, working, and she stopped using the patch for 1 week to test how was that, and she didn't have any pain. So it's amazing, the result. She is blessed. Look.
Yeah, thank you guys for the patch. Tell the montanha, que a gente foi na montanha.
Yeah, she could. We went to the mountains last week. We walked like 5 miles with stones, walking to the mountain. She didn't have anything, no pain at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Fantastic. That's what we love to hear. Thank you so much for sharing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Right, so that's the 30 minutes, folks. So I shall stop recording, but it's also really important to stress at this stage that if you want to try these products, if you're brand new to this organisation, you want to try them, reach out to the person that invited you here. Obviously, Paul has talked a lot about how to join the mission as an associate. You can also join as a customer. So again, have that conversation with whoever invited you to this call. And just remember that we've never claimed anything on this call. We don't claim to fix, diagnose, treat, or cure any specific diseases, apart from the ones that we've already had the studies for, and we're coming more and more to that in the future. But may I say, Mr. Paul Austin, thank you very much for a fantastic presentation tonight. I'm sure you'll all agree that that was a very good whistle-stop tour of this technology, and for that we're really grateful.
You're very welcome, and thanks for everyone that jumped on, and please reach out to anyone if you want more information. We like to keep the calls to the 30 minutes. I will tweak it a bit so we can add some more. I forgot I had to add more sort of the packages in different areas, which takes up more time, but we'll get to all those testimonials next week also. So we'll just do this call every single week, same time, and we appreciate your support, and we hope that you benefit from it.
And thanks very much to the 54 people that jumped on today's call. Thank you. Good night.